Layout of a proof, the supplement of angles proof. The last few videos we've done examples of proofs, and we are now on supplement of angles proof. Let's take an overall look of what we've got here. We've got our drawing, as we should have, above the proof table. We've got our proof table with our statements on the left and our reasons on the right. We've got our given and the thing we're trying to prove. Let's take a closer look at this picture up here. We've got a straight line with a ray bisecting it, creating angles 1 and angles 2. Well, if you remember from our previous videos, these are supplementary angles because together, because this is a straight line, they equal 180 degrees. Well, this one is identical to it. This little notch here says that this is the same angle as 2 and 4 are equal, okay? Which is given, which you'll see, okay? So let's look at our given, and we'll see how these got filled out. So it's given that angle 1 is a supplement of angle 2. Yeah, see? And it's given that angle 3 is a supplement of angle 4. So that makes them equal 180 degrees. And it's given that the measure of angle 2 is equal to the measure of angle 4, that they're congruent. See? So we have to prove that angle 1 and angle 3 are equal. And I know you can just say, well, if 2 and 4 are equal, then 1 and 3 are equal, but we need to do deductive reasoning, and we need to do a proof showing it methodically step by step. So here's what we've got. We're going to plug in our given first, that 1 is a supplement of 2, that's given, and that 3 is a supplement of 4, and that's given. But we're going to hold off on this one, and we're going to say the measure of 1 plus the measure of 2 is 180 degrees. And our reasoning is the definition of supplementary angles. It says supplementary angles are 180 degrees. That's what the definition says. So that's our reason. Now we're going to say, in number 4, that 3 and 4 make 180 degrees. And our reasoning is the same as 3. The definition is supplementary angles that they equal 180 degrees. Okay? Now we're going to plug in this one. It didn't make sense to put it up here because we needed to explain these first. So now it's given that 2 and 4 are equal, they're congruent, and our reason is that it's given. So now we're going to say in our statement that 1 and 2, those two, equal 3 and 4. Well, they do because we showed it up here, that if that's 180 and that's 180, they must be equal, right? And the reasoning is the addition rule, which is this. If the measure of angle 1 is 135, let's say we're plugging in numbers, and the measure of angle 3 is 135, that if we add 2 and the measure of angle 2 to each side, the additions rule, when you add the same thing to both sides, they'll both equal 180, even though we don't even have number 4 in here at all. 1 and 2 equals 180, and 3 and 2 equals 180. That's the addition rule, okay? So now we're going to say that 1 and 2 equals 3 and 2. Well, that's pretty much what I just said right here, right? Our reasoning is substitution. That angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 3 and 2, because we proved it up here. See how I'm going step by step? So that brings us to our proof down here that 1 and 3 are equal. And our reasoning is the subtraction rule. If, see we got 1 and 3? If we had 2 and we took it away from 180, and we had 4 and took it the same number away from 180, we would end up with 1 and 3 both being 135, see? So there are not numbers plugged into this. I just put the numbers there to help you understand. So let's say that 1 is 135 degrees. Okay? And let's say 2 is 45 degrees. Then it would equal 180, right? Well, that would mean that this is 135 degrees and this is 45 degrees. Okay, so here. What if the given was, because it says the given is 1 is a supplement of 2. What if the given was also that 1 was 135 and 2 was 45? And it's given that 2 and 4 are equal. Well, then 4 would have to be 45 because it's equal to 2, see? And if it is, therefore, 3 must be equal to 135. So that's basically what we did, and you could probably look at these pictures and say, well, yeah, I knew that just from looking at the pictures, but that's not the point in geometry proofs. The whole point of doing this is to methodically, step by step, prove it. And these are the reasons why the supplements of angles proof can work. So, if you have a problem in your textbook, and it looks like this, and you have to do a proof, this would be the wording and terminology and the reasons that you would use, and these would be the statements you would use to get there. Our next layout for a proof is going to be the intersecting lines proof, video number 44.